In global strategy, new hotspots emerge unexpectedly. Today, that place is Somaliland. For years, Somaliland was dismissed as a breakaway region of Somalia, its quest for recognition ignored, but the geopolitical map is shifting. Somaliland is now a critical player in the contest for control over the Red Sea. The Red Sea, once secure, is now threatened by Houthi rebels in Yemen, exposing vulnerabilities in global trade routes. The US and Israel, dependent on these routes, need new partners and locations to project power. Somaliland, with its long coastline and stable government, is suddenly in the spotlight. Djibouti is crowded with foreign bases, Somalia is unstable, but Somaliland offers prime location and security. Washington and Jerusalem are now looking at Hargeisa with new interest. Somaliland's rise is about more than sovereignty. It's about a global realignment of power. The US and Israel seek leverage and security in a region where rivals are advancing. Somaliland's geography and stability make it a unique asset. As great powers compete along the Red Sea, Somaliland has become the epicenter of a new strategic contest. Its emergence signals a shift from old diplomatic rules to urgent real-world power politics. The world can no longer afford to overlook Somaliland. Somaliland's coastline overlooks the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, one of the world's most vital maritime choke points. Over 12% of global trade, including oil and goods, passes through these waters each year. Any disruption here sends shockwaves through the global economy, raising shipping costs and breaking supply chains. For Israel, safe passage through the Red Sea is an economic lifeline. For the US, keeping the strait open is a core mission. Houthi attacks from Yemen have exposed the vulnerability of this artery. Somaliland's coast offers a perfect vantage point for monitoring and responding to threats. The region's instability has forced ships to reroute, costing time and money. There's now an urgent need for enhanced maritime surveillance and security. Somaliland is ideally positioned to host the infrastructure needed for this mission. Control of territory bordering the Bab el-Mandeb is a strategic necessity, not a diplomatic luxury. For the US and Israel, partnership with Somaliland is about protecting a vital global artery. Somaliland's greatest asset isn't just its location, it's its stability. Since 1991, Somaliland has built functioning institutions, held democratic elections, and maintained internal peace. Unlike Somalia, plagued by al-Shabaab and chaos, Somaliland has kept extremists out and its borders secure. Its security forces, rooted in local reconciliation, have proven effective. This stability is the result of decades of homegrown state-building, not foreign intervention. For the US and Israel, predictability and reliability are essential for any partnership. Somaliland offers a secure base of operations, something Somalia cannot. In a region defined by chaos, Somaliland stands out as an island of order. The port of Berbera is Somaliland's strategic crown jewel. Once a historic outpost, Berbera is now a modern gateway, less congested than Djibouti and vital for landlocked Ethiopia. The UAE's investment has transformed Berbera into a major logistics and military hub. Adjacent to the port is a vast airfield, upgraded for regional operations. For the US, Berbera offers redundancy and reduces dependence on Djibouti. For Israel, it provides strategic depth, closer to threats in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. An Israeli or US presence here means better intelligence and rapid response to regional threats. Berbera breaks Djibouti's monopoly, giving global powers new options. Its transformation is a testament to Somaliland's vision and the shifting priorities of world powers. Berbera is why Somaliland now commands global attention. In international relations, practical interests often trump diplomatic tradition. The US and Israel's approach to Somaliland reflects this reality. Officially, Washington supports Somali unity, but strategists see Berbera's value as outweighing old policies. Military and intelligence leaders prioritize access and reliability over legal status. In Congress, voices argue that recognizing Somaliland counters China and secures US interests. Israel's recognition of Somaliland in December 2025 was a strategic move, not just a diplomatic gesture. For Israel, a friendly state on the Gulf of Aden is a tangible security gain. Ports, airfields, and reliable partners matter more than UN statements. The calculation is simple. The benefits of engaging Somaliland now outweigh the risks of upsetting the status quo. In the Red Sea contest, pragmatism is winning. Somaliland's value is measured in access and influence, not just recognition. Somaliland's rise is part of a larger power struggle in the Horn of Africa. China, Iran, and Russia are all seeking influence in the region. China's military base in Djibouti gives it a foothold at the Red Sea's mouth, alarming the U.S. The U.S. needs alternatives. Somaliland and Berbera offer a crucial counterbalance. Iran uses proxies like the Houthis to disrupt shipping and threaten Israel and the U.S. A partnership with Somaliland would help monitor and counter Iranian activities. Russia seeks a Red Sea port to project power and challenge NATO. Securing Somaliland preempts rivals from gaining a strategic asset. In this great game, denying assets to adversaries is as important as gaining them. Somaliland is now a key piece in the global chessboard. Hargeisa, Somaliland's capital, is poised for transformation. For decades, it was the seat of an unrecognized government, but now it's attracting global attention. The prospect of U.S. and Israeli embassies would mark a new era, turning Hargeisa into a diplomatic and strategic hub. Embassies mean permanent platforms for intelligence, security, and economic cooperation. Their presence would legitimize Somaliland's government and encourage others to follow. For Somalilanders, foreign flags in Hargeisa would be a powerful validation of their long struggle. Unlike Mogadishu, Hargeisa offers a secure, open environment for real engagement. Establishing embassies here is a practical move, not just a symbol. On December 26, 2025, Israel recognized Somaliland, breaking decades of diplomatic consensus. For Somaliland, it was a historic victory. For Israel, a calculated strategic play. Israel's move forces the U.S. to choose follow its ally or risk being left behind. The debate in Washington is now urgent: security needs versus diplomatic risks. Somalia and its allies condemned Israel's move, warning of dangerous precedents. Yet the Pentagon and many in Congress see Somaliland as too important to ignore. The security benefits of partnership outweigh the costs of alienating Mogadishu. U.S. military delegations are already engaging with Somaliland. Israel's recognition is a catalyst. The first diplomatic domino has fallen. The world is watching to see if the U.S. will be next. America's decision will shape not just Somaliland's future, but the balance of power in the Red Sea. The stakes have never been higher. Somaliland's rise is not about charity, it's about hard strategy. Embassies in Hargeisa would be a strategic transaction, not a reward for democracy. The U.S. and Israel would gain a stable foothold to project power and counter rivals. The Horn of Africa is now an arena of competition, not just crisis management. The new currency is access, ports, airfields, and reliable partners. Somaliland's time has come because it's strategically indispensable. Practical value now trumps diplomatic tradition. Geography still matters. Somaliland is an unsinkable asset on a vital shipping lane. The opening of Western embassies would confirm Somaliland's new role. In the contest for the Red Sea, Somaliland is now a key player. As the world's powers turn their eyes to Somaliland, the stakes are rising fast. What comes next will shape not just the Horn of Africa, but the balance of influence across the Red Sea and beyond. The choices made here, by Somaliland's leaders and by the foreign capitals watching closely, will ripple through global trade, security, and diplomacy for decades. Somaliland's future is not yet written. Will its strategic value finally bring the recognition it seeks? Or will it remain a shadow player leveraged by others but denied its own voice? The world's great powers have a decision to make: ignore Somaliland at their own risk or partner with it and help define a new chapter in African geopolitics. One thing is certain: in the contest for influence, those who move first will shape the future. Somaliland is ready. The question is, who will join it? As Somaliland stands on the threshold of transformation, the road ahead is paved with both opportunity and uncertainty. New investments could spark economic growth, bringing jobs, infrastructure, and hope to a region long overlooked. At the same time, shifting alliances and global rivalries could test Somaliland's resilience and its ability to maintain the delicate balance between ambition and stability. For the people of Somaliland, the promise of a brighter future is real, but so are the challenges. Navigating international politics, attracting responsible partners, and preserving hard-won peace will demand wisdom and resolve. The world will be watching not just for what Somaliland can offer, but for how it chooses to lead. This is more than a story of ports and politics. It's about a nation carving its own path, determined to turn its strategic moment into lasting progress. As Somaliland steps forward, the world must decide whether to see it as a pawn in a larger game or as a partner with a vision. The next moves will define not only Somaliland's destiny, but the future of the Horn of Africa itself. As the world's attention turns to Somaliland, the true heartbeat of this story lies not in boardrooms or foreign capitals, but in the everyday lives of its people. In bustling markets, young entrepreneurs dream of building businesses that reach beyond the Red Sea. In classrooms, students imagine futures shaped by knowledge and innovation, not conflict. Farmers and fishermen, who have weathered years of uncertainty, now look to new opportunities brought by foreign investment and international recognition. Yet, amid optimism, there is realism. Many Somalilanders know the challenges ahead are daunting: corruption, unemployment, and the ever-present risk of instability. Their voices echo a mix of hope and caution, pride in hard-won peace, and a deep desire for global respect. Through their eyes, we see what's truly at stake: the chance for a new generation to define their own future, and for Somaliland to prove that stability, ambition, and resilience can thrive, even in the most unlikely of places. As the world debates strategy, Somalilanders continue to write their own story, one of endurance, aspiration, and unwavering belief in what comes next.